Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to the special class on Srimati Radharani's pastimes. Today is Wednesday, 16th March 2016. This is a part 18 of our series of pastimes of Radharani. I hope you have been enjoying the pastimes. So today we are going to talk about meeting of Radharani and Krishna after 100 years of separation. As we know, Krishna left Mathura when he was about 26, 27 years old. And then he lived in Dwarka for about 100 years. That was the separation period. Actually, separation started when Krishna left from Vrindavan to Mathura. But then, so like that, 100, totally about 100 years. That was the curse she got from Sridham when she was in Goloka Vrindavan. So, they meet at a place called Siddhashrama. Siddhashrama is a place where all the great personalities, even the devatas, demigods, they go to achieve perfection. It's said that if you go there and you worship properly, then you can achieve perfection. That's a place where they worship Lord Ganesh. That's a place of Lord Ganesh. He resides there, Siddhashrama. It's very famous. If you go to India, you can ask them, then people will tell you. So even this fourth Kumara, Sanata Kumara, he also went and worshipped there. Many yogis, munis, rishis, saints. So in the month of Vaishakha, it's an Indian calendar, Vaishakha month. On the Purnima day, there's a very big festival there. People gather from all over the universe. Everybody comes there. So this particular year, they all come and worship Lord Ganesh. Lord Ganesh is supposed to, give us blessings so that our obstructions in worship of service of Krishna, worship of Krishna are removed. That's how the devotee looks at it. So everybody had come there. All the kings from different times, different parts of the Bharatvarsha, they came. And then Krishna came from Dwaraka with all his group. Then Nanda Maharaj came with all Gokul Vasis. And Radharani came with her friends, her Sakhis. Big team. Radharani, wherever she goes, she has his whole team of Sakhis and Gopis. So, when Radharani arrived there, Hare Krishna, please mute yourself, Vidya Mataji, so that otherwise there is an echo. There must be a mic icon. You click on that, it will mute in the bottom corner. Yeah, thank you. So Radharani came with her Sakhis, and when she arrived, she took her bath, And then she put on new dress. And then she went to worship Lord Ganesh. And she offered him many, many gifts. That's how when you go to the Lord's place, any respectable person's place, then you're supposed to carry with you some gifts. So when Ganeshji saw Radharani, he immediately addressed her. He says, "Oh Jagat Mata," he's calling her Jagat Mata. She is the mother of the whole creation. And he starts, glorifying her. She has come to worship him, but he starts glorifying Radharani and says, "You are Brahma Swarupa. You are the most effulgent. You are the one who gives all the benedictions. And I know you have come, you are doing this puja just to teach people in general, Sometimes Krishna also says that sometimes we have to perform some activity which we are otherwise not supposed to perform, just to teach people how to do it. We do that. So you need not worship me. I should worship you, but as an etiquette, you are doing it. I know that. You are Adi Prakriti. You are Adi Lakshmi." So he says, all you gifts you brought, please distribute amongst all the devatas and other munis. So that way, everybody will get your blessing. So as they were talking, Parvati comes there, Parvati Mata. And when Radharani sees her, she goes and touches her feet. And then they embrace each other. So Parvati is very, very affectionate towards Radharani. And she says, "Oh Radhe, how can I ask you about your welfare? I know that you are the one who look after everybody's welfare. I know you have been separated from Krishna for 100 years. And then now you are freed from that curse, because 100 years are over. So go and just meet Krishna. He must be also eager to meet you. Actually, there's no difference between you and him. I bless you." Because she's elderly, so she says, "I bless you so that you can meet Krishna." So then all the Sakhis, they took Radharani took leave of Parvati and Ganeshji. And she was taken by her Sakhis to a very well-decorated Simhasana. And she was made to sit there. And all the Sakhis, they started decorating her even more. She's already effulgent, already beautiful. So all the devatas and everybody there, and devatas and devis and everybody, they're all watching. And they saw that the water of the lakes and the rivers there had all turned into golden. It became golden. So they were all wondering what's going on, how come the water has become golden, for what? So one of them approached Krishna and he says, "Do you know, Krishna, why this water has become golden like this? It's appearing golden." And Krishna immediately understood the reason. And he said, "This is because of the presence of Radharani. Her bodily effulgence is like a molten gold. And wherever she goes, this happens. I've been used to it. Now, of course, for a long period, I didn't get a chance to have that. Her glow is like millions of moons." So everybody rushed to Radharani to pay their obeisances. Everybody was there, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Ananta Shesha, and all the Devatas, Devis, they offered their prayers to her, glorified her. So when this was happening, all the wives of Krishna, they're feeling very shy and shameful, that okay. And a little neglected also maybe. So then Vasudev and Devaki, they were also there, everybody was there. So Lord Mahadev, Lord Shiva, he had asked Vasudev to arrange for a great yajna. And then after the yajna, the gifts were distributed to the Brahmanas. Then everybody finished that yajna, so all started going back. The Yadavas went to Dwarka, and Krishna went back with them in his Narayan form. Krishna can expand into anything. But original Krishna stayed back because he wanted to meet Radharani. That was the whole purpose of this visit. Apart from, of course, coming to Siddhashrama. So he stayed back, and then he met all the gopis and sakhis and Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, everybody he met. And then Krishna talks to Nanda Maharaj, and he says, my dear father, please return with mother and go back to Vrindavan. Okay. You go back and wait. Something great is going to happen. I'm arranging for something, but now you go. So then everybody left because Krishna didn't want them to disturb his meeting with Radharani. So everybody left, and then Krishna saw Radharani, and he went there, and the moment they saw each other, she was sitting there, and she got up. And now they're mature, like in a way, 125 plus years old. So earlier when they meet, they just rush to each other and embrace each other, and but now Krishna always, remember, I've been telling this, Krishna always followed the etiquettes, always followed, always protocol, he never defied a protocol. He's always treating people according to their position. So Radharani got up and she came to Krishna and she offered her obeisances. And then Krishna, in this particular instance, Radharani, although she is now 125 years old, etc., she took the form of a Kishori, very, very young girl. And Krishna also took the form of Kishore, just in the teens, early teens. And Krishna was also, of course, he's the king now, so he's also dressed very attractively, very opulently. Unlike, earlier he used to just have a Vajanti Mala and peacock feather and thing like that. But now he's in a very royal form. Jewels and garlands and, the kirita. Everything is effulgent, beautiful. Very fragrant garlands, sandalwood paste on his body and so on. So now Radharani starts talking to him very softly. And she says, I have waited for this day. We saw in the previous class that how Radharani, in Krishna's absence, had not even smiled even once. She was always morose, very grave. She lost a lot of weight. Of course, her effulgence was there, but still. And she says, now I think my life has become successful just by having your darshan. So see, if when somebody takes darshan of Krishna, life becomes successful. That is the ultimate success of life. That's not something ordinary. It's not like, just sometimes we take it very easy. We go to a temple and, even in front of deities, we are talking to each other and, we think that, okay, it's just a routine. But actually, when we are worshipping Krishna in his Archa Vigraha form, every time we see Krishna, we should have the same mood like this now Radharani has, that we should always receive him with all the awe, reverence, love, everything, everything should be there. So she says, I was just, drowning in the lamentation, and now you come. So then she made him sit and she washed his feet. And then they sat together. Krishna sat next to Radharani. And then she's asking questions now. She says, okay, formality is over, everything over, worship over. Now, let's come to the real thing. She says, I have so many questions for you. You don't have to answer, but I must tell my questions. Why did you leave me and never came back? Why did you kill Kamsa, your own uncle? I'm still not getting it. You said you will come back fast when you went. I remember all the Sakhis told me, but you never came back. I had to wait so long. And then she started crying. This, you can imagine. One day we have something piled up in our side. Unless we bring it out, we are not comfortable. And here she is for 100 years. She's been keeping in her heart. And she became almost motionless. Stopped breathing. So much overwhelmed. So Sakhis immediately put some water on her face, and Krishna held her and, took her in his lap. And then, just by looking at him, looking at her, she was revived. So Radharani came to her external senses. And Krishna told her the entire transcendental knowledge. Like he almost repeated Bhagavad Gita's about life, how we are meeting by fate and destiny, and everything he explains, and why he had to do that. What was the purpose of his visit coming to this planet? To kill the miscreants and to give association to the sadhus, devotees. And he explained everything, why he had to go, how he was bound by his pledges sometime, and so on. And so, like he explained everything. Then Radharani and all the Sakhis there, they're all listening. They all became satisfied. And then all of them offered him obeisances, and all they left, and they allowed Krishna and Radha to be together. And then Radharani served Krishna to her heart's content. And then she requested, oh Krishna, let us go to Vrindavan. We have so many pastimes there in that land. I want to visit those places with you. including Yamuna. So Krishna agreed. He said, okay. So Krishna, along with Radharani and the Sakhis, they all went to Vrindavan on a huge chariot. It says that, it's mentioned that the chariot was 1 yojana in size. 1 yojana is like 8 miles chariot. And it had, hundreds and thousands of rooms and decorations. And, Krishna just created just like that. So, the moment they came to know, the Brajavasis came to know that Krishna is going to Vrindavan, so they all joined him on the chariot. And then when they arrived there, of course, already they are gone actually. They are already gone. So they received Krishna. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Brajavasi, they received Krishna. And to his friends, he looked like their old friend, 11 years old, 12 years old. To mother, he looked like a small little child, in her lap. So the moment they got hold of Krishna, they all, started kissing him and hugging him. And, it's really, that thing is worth contemplating. We can only do that. That's a state there, So then Yashoda took Krishna along with Radharani in the house. And then the Maharaj distributed sweets to everybody. And then Krishna called all his friends and he says, let's all go to Bhandarivan, the 12 forests in Vrindavan. So where they had performed their pastime, they used to play, climbing on the banyan tree and, jumping and playing. So we went there. And then Krishna explained to them again, he says, this is just, to satisfy you. I come with you here. But we should all remember that this is a material place. This world is material here on planet Earth. And so everything will happen here. Everything is temporary. We'll have the 4 problems: birth, death, old age, disease. And then he talked to his father. He said, my dear father and mother, you have done such a great service for me. And you have suffered so much because of me also. So now the time has come to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, Because now Kali Yuga Kali is approaching fast. And then the things will change here, deteriorate. So I will arrange for your going back. And then Krishna explained everything about Kali Yuga. And as he was explaining, a beautiful chariot, and this is even bigger than, they came from Siddhashram to Vrindavan in chariot, 1 yojana, this was 4 yojana, 32 miles. And then everybody there, he says, okay. So it says that, Radharani, along with her mother Kirtida, gopis, they all mounted, Nanda Maharaj, Yashodama, Ashtasakhis, they all mounted and they went back in the same bodies, because that shows that their bodies are spiritual even here. And then other Sakhis, they all gave up their material bodies and they got a spiritual body. Because you need a spiritual body to go back to Krishna, to go back to Goloka Vrindavan. So they all climbed that and then they went to Goloka Vrindavan. And there they saw this beautiful Viraja river. Remember? Those who have been attending this in the beginning. Viraja the river on Goloka Vrindavan, when Viraja Devi was with Krishna and Radharani caught them, and then she became a river. So they went there, and then Radharani went to Satashringa mountain, from where she bought the flower for Krishna. And then she went to Rasa Mandala. That's where Krishna was sitting on a swing and Radharani appeared. So she visited all those places. And then she saw this big banyan tree. This was extended because now it is in Goloka Vrindavan. All the scale has changed. This tree is extended 800 miles, 100 yojana, millions of branches. And this is known as Akshaya Bata. Akshaya Bata. Large red fruits. So then Vrinda Devi welcomed Radharani. And millions of gopis, they all welcomed Radharani to Goloka Vrindavan. And then Vrinda Rani personally went to the chariot and she helped Radharani get down, descend. And then everybody offered obeisances. Then Radharani entered finally her own residence in Goloka Vrindavan. She was made to sit on a Ratna Simhasana, a throne full of jewelry. Then they washed her lotus feet. Their sakhis were fanning her with chamara. And all the gopis of Goloka Vrindavan, they came to have darshan of Radharani. And then they also welcomed Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and all other. And then Radharani comes back to her original place. It's when you come back to your home, how you feel. You may be wandering here, there, but ultimately, finally, when we come home, so that's why Prabhupada always says, he coined that thing, back to Godhead. Go home, back to Godhead. So this way, we finish Radharani's pastimes. We'll take up some few more from different aspects, but now from her appearance to her going back to Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, we have covered everything almost. Thank you very much. Srimati Radharani ki Jai. If you have any questions, comments, we can take it up. Hare Krishna. You can speak up.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Jai Haribol.
Thank you so much for the lovely pastime. I was just feeling like, oh, now I'm alive. From past few days, I was just feeling like, what is this going on? All thanks to Radharani that she allowed me to listen to this wonderful pastime. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else has to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Thank you Prabhuji for sharing Vraja pastimes. Prabhuji, I have one question. Prabhuji, you said that Radharani enters her own residence in Goloka Vrindavan. It means there is some different place, like where Radha and Krishna lives together separately.
Her own place doesn't mean it's not Krishna's place.
Means, is there any other?
When you go home, although there are so many people in your home, but you say it's my home, right?
Yeah.
So that exactly, Krishna is there very much.
Yeah. Okay.
She has her own chamber. She has her own place. Like. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I heard somewhere that it was like there is certain place where even gopis don't enter, only Radha Krishna
yeah,
remains.
yeah, of course. You know, even in Mughal thing, the king used to say Takhliya. You know, everybody goes.
Yeah.
Or the king will say Ekant, and then
Hmm.
we have to leave. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam.
Hare.
And Dandavat pranam to Mataji also.
Jai Hari Bol.
Haribol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
We are having, of course, Dolly Mataji is back with us, and we have today Vidya Mataji. Would you like to say something? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, she left just now when I was speaking
No problem.
that time. Yes.
Okay then. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.